If you're a White House press secretary and you have a dinner at your house and you invite over certain members of the press and not other members of the press, because part of what you think makes you a good press secretary is to get feedback and develop good relations with members of the media. Is that state action?
Can I take that question and kind of flip it around and go backwards into it? There would be no constitutional claim by anybody, no meritorious constitutional claim that they have a right to come to your dinner.
Someone who's excluded on the basis of viewpoint, so you're inviting friendly reporters or who you perceive to be friendly reporters or commentators.
I think that anybody who looked at just a dinner as opposed to you don't allow people to show up at press briefings altogether, I would be prepared to say that there you are enough off-duty, and you are clearly enough off-duty, because people—
How about a regular meeting, no food is served, but a regular meeting off-site, so not at the White House, with certain members of the press and not others?
I think the members of the press put us in a somewhat different position, because already you're entitled to limit that in a variety of ways. But if you had a public meeting, for example, in California, a lot of our elected representatives have what they call sidewalk office hours, and they'll sit in the bank parking lot next to the farmer's market, and they'll talk to anybody and they'll hand out stuff. If they decided, simply because they were sitting on the bank's parking lot instead of in their office, I'm not talking to black people, I'm not talking to Muslims, I'm not talking to evangelicals. Yes, they'd be engaged in state action, and yes, they'd be violating the Constitution.
Different tack now. On the reposting question I was asking your friends on the other side about, if your government agency issues a notice and you then repost it.
Well, our case is not about particular posts at all.
Your thoughts on that issue, if you have any, if you don't want to answer.
You know, I haven't given a lot of thought to it because it's not relevant to our case in particular. But I think
it's going to be very relevant to the opinion, well,
yes.
how this is
interpreted. And so what I would say is there, if what you're talking about is whether a particular post is state action or not, it may well be that simply reposting something isn't itself state action, such that you could challenge your having your comments to that post deleted. But if you were blocked altogether from a website on which they have invited the entire public to share across the public, as well as with you, what they think, then yes, that would be state action, and it would be actionable under the First Amendment.